everybody. I hope you're doing great today. I wanted to address a question that came up with my last video. Or was it? It was the one about signs from the other side from loved ones. And someone had asked me about exit points. And that just means the natural time of death and whatever is agreed upon while you're on this earth, but before you came here. So I thought I would just go ahead and talk about a perspective that is mostly spiritualist. And that is that I believe in reincarnation. And if you believe you come from there and you come down here and you go back there again, why can't we do it more than once? That's just a perspective. But traditional spiritualism does not actually embrace the reincarnation theory. But I've seen so much evidence to the contrary. And I think that a lot of spiritualists have come around to believing in reincarnation after all. Because mediumship presents a lot of truths that you may not get any other way. Okay, let me backtrack and just give you the perspective of life and death process in terms of spiritualism. So, before you're born, you are, and I say up there, but I truly believe that it's all around us. Okay, and I don't think it's up there, out there. It's not that far away in any case. So I do believe in sacred contracts. So before you're born, you will sit in maybe a conference room kind of setting. It's just the way that I can describe it in human terms, the way that I visualize it, which I'm sure is totally wrong, but I can wrap my brain around it that way. So we're at a conference room, and you may be with Jesus and Mary or your spirit guides or whoever your peeps are. And somebody is going to roll out the parchment on the table and kind of looking down going, well, we think you should consider this path for your next life based on previous lives and actions and deeds. And I believe that map changes over time, just according to your behaviors on Earth. So you may look at this parchment and say, Ethiopia, starve in the desert, sure, why not? But when you get here, it's going to be, where the hell did I sign up for that? So I believe the fact is that you signed up for all of it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. But there's a lot of flexibility. So we may come with a guide, maybe stored as sort of microchips in our spiritual DNA or our chakras, but not the full user manual, because we do need to make decisions. So one of God's greatest gifts to us, well, the greatest gift was the ability to love each other. And the second greatest is free will. We have the free will to make choices. So we might have sacred agreements and contracts, but there are variables. So if when you do pass, you go back up to that room and now it's a review room, right? You've heard of that. And somebody might go, okay, let's see how you did. Well, you agreed to have 3 children, and why didn't you? And your answer might be, well, my spouse became a raging alcoholic, and it really wasn't a good idea to have another one. Okay, it does alter, well, it was that spouse's decision to give into addiction, and you reacted on that. So it does change the path. Like maybe that's not the way it was supposed to be at all. But we agree to certain challenges in order to overcome them. That's part of the karmic path, is overcoming the challenges that usually we agree to, or the ones we may run into because of choices that we made in the past. So, your karmic path may have been to have a certain number of children, but you didn't have that many children. But that's not something you're going to get slapped on the wrist for. And that is, we do those punishments to ourselves, actually. So going back to the conference room where it all begins, we definitely agree to a certain exit point. Like, let's say 98 years old is what you agreed to as your natural exit point. Now, natural just means that, it could be a disease or an illness, could be a heart attack, whatever it is, that's not up to you, that part. But it is up to you to take care of yourself as best you can and navigate this shit show called Earth. And I think that it's very important to be mindful of your choices, to navigate the world, and to do the best you can as far as being good people. We have to be good humans. The number one gift, remember, was loving each other, that ability. We can use that ability or not use that ability. That's up to us, but I don't think that we do ourselves any service by wasting our life. Okay? Now, let me stop digressing and get back to the exit points question. So we have a natural exit point on the life map. Let me give you an example like this. So here's your natural exit point. However, if you choose to get into the car after this party that you were in, like, let's say 2015, and you're drinking, well, that's going to be a problem. You could end up leaving early. Also, one of your agreed upon challenges might be mental illness, for example. And there's going to be a big period of depression. That's on your life map, let's say. One of the challenges that you need to overcome. Well, if you don't overcome it, you may decide to take action yourself to exit. So there is a lot of variables. You can go at certain other times, and your soul could decide to go. Your soul knows everything as far as your agreements, every step. But your human self only has so much information, because if we knew it all, what's the point? So I know this was more than just exit points, obviously, but that's the framework, at least, that I can share. And I have basically lived by that for a long time. Now, there's another part of me who is also Buddhist. And they don't really believe in reincarnation. They don't really believe in a godhead. I believe in gods and goddesses, and I also believe, in deities, and I think I believe in a lot of Buddhist philosophy, but I don't believe that there isn't a godhead. I absolutely believe there is a godhead. Is he a punishing God? Oh boy, I'm just going all over the map now. I don't believe he punishes. I believe we punish. So if we did something horrid and we get back into that review room, we're living by God's laws. We're not, the universe is already laid out. We either abide by them or we don't. It isn't a situation where God is just picking and choosing. There is a plan, and we may be mad at God, but I don't believe, at least my God is not a vengeful God. I believe it's all about how we conduct ourselves as a species. I can't say that I'm very happy with humanity right now, although I do love a lot of humans. I'm not going to go there, but we'll see how things work out in the next year or 2 or 3. I just want people to love each other and act on that. Don't just say, oh, I love everybody. Okay, I could totally go into random acts of kindness right now, but you know what? Just commit them. Just do. It'll make you feel better. Don't worry about your exit point. Whatever is supposed to happen will happen, but it's not always up to you. You have spirit guides, and they will determine, they guide. That's what they do. They follow you and guide you. But I got to tell you something. You need to ask them. And I'm going to do another video soon about spirit guides. So why don't you, in the comments, ask me questions you might have about spirit guides. That would be great, because then I can actually do that and present what you want. So feel free. If you have any other philosophies about exit points or anything else I mentioned, comment below. And if you like this content, please like and subscribe so that you can get more of that and I can please the algorithm gods. Okay, that's enough for right now. I will say, though, that I'm getting together with the girls, and I apologize because I promised you a little woo-woo from the Poconos. That did not work out. We really did not do a lot of woo-woo. We just hung out and had a good time, and on my main channel, you can certainly go over there and see that video. I think it was my MRI plus True Friends, that's had an MRI on my shoulder. Well, it doesn't look like I'm going to have surgery, so that was the good news. But it does look like I'm going to have a lot of physical therapy, which is not so great news. Anyway, I just wanted to touch base and answer that question. I think it was Shella who asked, and thank you very much. I will talk to you soon, and I hope you have a fabulous day, evening, night, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Take care of yourself. Bye.